Welcome back to Careers Doctor. My name is Dr. Liz Dintz. Today we're going to talk about the CV basics, the basic ingredients for your CV. Now the starting point for your CV, you don't have to be saying CV or curriculum vitae, that's not needed, it's self-evident. And we're going to start with your contact details. Think about your details, think about how an employer will contact you. Make sure if you have a LinkedIn account that you put your LinkedIn URL, or if you use an Instagram to display any work or any projects that you're on, that you include that as well. Make sure your email address is clear, preferably your name and maybe some numbers. Next on the basic ingredients is your profile. Usually this will be about 3 or 4 lines long. Remember, this is like the introduction to your CV. This is the bit that can hook the employer and want them to read more about you. Highlight your unique selling points, look at the job specification and think which elements of you are most sellable to that particular role. Be careful of using quotes or what you feel is impressive language that the employer will then question what are you trying to say on your CV. This is really important and it is the lead in to the rest of the CV. Next could be your education section, and this again, it does depend. These are the basic ingredients, but you might decide to put it in different order on your CV. Your education is really important. Think about what you're applying for. If you're looking at a graduate job and you have a degree, make sure that you outline some of your key modules. Think about what that employer will be looking for or what that employer might be enticed by and be interested by. If you've got other qualifications that you've studied, think about what have you done and what is most relevant to this particular role. You could highlight others at a different point. We want the key sellable bits on your CV. The next section potentially might be a skills profile. This is an excellent element to use in your CV if you are changing career or you haven't had a lot of experience in the sector. It gives you a way of selling skills and experiences for other elements of your experience, i.e. your study. It is really great a way to sell yourself, but don't just rely on naming the skill. Don't just say teamwork skills or communication skills. This is not enough. We need to see some real depth and richness and evidence that demonstrate how you have this skill and how you've used it in the past. The next potential section might be your work experience. Don't forget that in this section you can include even your voluntary work. Often people put this in a separate section. In-work experience can be volunteering, part-time, full-time, any elements of work experience that you've got. Make sure that you highlight your duties, your experiences. If the experiences are from a totally different sector, then think about the transferable skills that have come from that experience, rather than talking about, i.e. if you worked in a bar or a restaurant, the waiting on, the cleaning up and the cash handling. Think about the communication skills, the teamwork, the negotiation and the problem solving. You might also want to consider ways to split this section if you have got some relevant experience, and that's something we could cover at another point. The next section we're going to think about is your interests, and I would encourage you to think about times and experiences and interests that say different things about you. Have you been a member of a team? Are you involved in cricket or netball or in a society? And what does this say about you in relation to other skills? So things like teamwork and skills and leadership skills, or travel that might highlight your cultural awareness and experience of different cultures. Lastly, on your CV will be your references. Now at this point, if you're starting to run out of space, it is okay to say references can be supplied on request. Remember, we're aiming to have a 2-page CV. No more, not 1 page, not 1.5. We're wanting to really nicely fill that 2 pages. So hopefully that has helped you today to think about the basic ingredients of a CV. Look out for one of my other videos soon, and if you want to subscribe, click over here and you'll find the subscribe button. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon.